Getting ready to spray the bed liner here. So I'm kind of running around. Didn't exactly plan this out 100%. Trying to do this all exactly right. So seam sealer's done. I went over the car yesterday and scuffed everything up so that the bed liner is going to stick to it, create a mechanical tooth because the primer is dried and you can't do a chemical bond anymore. So that's all ready. Did another wax and grease remover 2 or 3 times. Got it all cleaned up again. So now I'm mixing the bed liner. I'm going to be spraying it out in my, again, HVLP gun. I'm going to be doing a 20 or 30% reducer. I don't know yet. Got a slow reducer just to thin this out because it's super thick. So hopefully reducing it's going to work. Allows it to spray out. I, again, don't want a really crazy texture on it. I just want, you know, real fine texture. So I'm going to hit the time warp on this again while I'm spraying. Just you guys have a little fun watching it. All right. Okay, that sucked. So even though I bought a 2.0 tip for my HVLP gun and reduced it 30%, the HVLP gun just couldn't do it. The tip wasn't big enough. So I had to grab the Schutz gun, whatever the hell you call that thing, and paint it. And I really didn't want to because it looks like it's giving it a more, it's actually, the texture's not too bad. Some places it is. Some places it's not. Right now it's flashing off. I still did a 30% reduction. That Schutz gun I think is a 2.2 tip. I think it is, I don't remember, but yeah, that gun's like 30 years old. But yeah, I was able to spray it. It created a texture a little heavier than I wanted. Alright, I'm still gonna have to go over it again. There's some spots, I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but as it's flashing off, it's kind of, there you go, I think you can see that. As it's flashing off, it's kind of congealing together, pulling together. It's gonna have a couple spots where it's thin, so I'm gonna have to go over it one more time. Yeah, but I really didn't want to use that gun. simply because it created a heavier texture than I wanted. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. Rear here it's really heavy. In order to get it into the heavier, the tight spots, that gun, especially towards the latter half, everything was kind of getting stuck together. The trigger was sticking. I'd let go and it'd be 2 seconds before the air would stop. So yeah, it was starting to do a real shit job back here. So we'll see what it looks like when it flashes off. But I'm gonna give it another coat once it fully flashes, and that should be it, because I hope that's it. I don't think I've got enough bed liner to do this another full coat. So we'll see what it looks like when it flashes off. Alright, so I didn't do a time lapse or anything of the second coat. I was just in a hurry. I was cleaning my other gun that I got all full of gunk. Man, that was a pain in the butt. And you can see it's still wet. Got some runny spots right there. Just that gun was a piece of crap. That's why I didn't want to use it originally. It's actually going to go in the garbage right after this, because it's just garbage. But got good coverage now. So this side's almost done flashing off. Not too bad. So this ends the saga of this being on the tip over jig. It's going to sit on here for a couple more weeks, because here's what I got to do now. This has been sitting outside all winter. It's actually been sitting out here since August last year. So I've got to take the leaf springs off. I already took the bushings out of the car. Got to get new bushings for the leaf springs. I might actually replace these, because I think I want to drop the rear end. I got to look through photos of when I was stock, or before I start tearing it apart, just to make sure that I want a 2 or 3 inch drop. But I got to clean up the subframe. There's some previous welding marks that are, if you can see it, I'm not going to walk out there, but the guys were like reinforcing the subframe or something. I don't know what they were doing. I got to actually do some measurements, make sure it's all square still. But yeah, I got to clean up the rear differential, the subframe, redo all the suspension. I got to redo the brakes. Those front tires have actually never been off the car since I've owned it. I got to replace the shocks. So all that's going to be coming in here, which means I got to clean up all of this crap to fit that stuff in here, so that I can start sanding it down and then getting that prepped for either paint or powder coat. I don't know what I'm going to do yet for the subframe. I might just paint it with chassis black. I'm not sure. So that's what's to come. I've also got frame sealer or frame sealant that I'm going to get from Eastwood. You stick it the wand inside, you spray it all in there, and it leaves a nice coating. Keeps it from preventing the rust. It's kind of green. You can see it there. I actually did this on the subframe the first time I pulled it off the car, back when I had to replace the subframe mounts where it mounts the car. I have to cut those off and weld in new plates. So I sealed the inside of that up during that time, which is why I wasn't worried about it sitting outside, because the inside's sealed, the outside is just surface rust. I'll clean that up. And then when that's all done, I'm going to flip the car back over and attach it all up. Hopefully I can get the motor and trans all done by that time and bolt it onto the subframe and do it all in one shot. So we'll see. Those are the updates for now. I'll have some more here in a couple of weeks. Thanks for watching, guys.